Hey guys, it's Matt. Welcome to SpeedTutor and welcome to another tutorial today. And we're going to look at a really awesome little asset called the Unity Time Rewinder, which is absolutely free from a great developer on GitHub called CitronX. And I kindly messaged him about a couple of issues that I'd had with the asset just for installation on the newest version of Unity, and he sorted those right out, and there's some more updates coming for more usability. And this rewind solution gives you flexibility to rewind positions, rotations, velocities, animators, audios, and even particle systems with various examples on UIs and other stuff that you might see in the background. I'm going to show you how to install it and how to use it and what examples you can choose to do today. And be sure to check out all the links in the description of all the best sales and everything across game dev for this month. And be sure to check out my Patreon to get access to over 165 different scripts, assets and projects you cannot find anywhere else. So if you navigate to CitronX's GitHub, I'll put the link in the description. You will see it all here, and it has got a description, it's got how to install it, it's got the features with examples, which also comes with documentation in here or in the actual package we're going to get. The best bet is to go to the code and click on download zip. Extract that to wherever you are. It might be on your desktop or something like that. And then if you navigate to the rewinder, you can go to assets and make sure you copy the time rewinder folder, which will have documentation, example scenes and other stuff. So once that's copied, you could go to the new scene in Unity. You can right click, show in Explorer, and just paste the folder into the assets. And then it will import it into Unity and it'll be ready to go. And as I said, you'll have documentation for setup and usage, and to be able to do some script examples, you'll have all the basic assets that come with it, but then we have some very specific examples. Now for this example, if I open example 1, then we've got a cube which changes its position, rotation and velocity, and based on that we have a slider which when we pull that slider, we get a sound effect, and we reverse the time, and it keeps the distance where it was before. There's other examples on this which include a particle in this case, and you could say hear a sound effect and you've got the particle spinning around. You can also pull it back to reverse time in this way. And in every single one of the examples, if we go to the original example, which was just the box changing position, the cube has something called the generic rewind. You can track position, velocity, animators, audio and particles like I said, and you can tick those boxes with pre-built examples to be able to do it, and you can also take particles into account. With that being said, if we go to the particle example, you can see that on the particles on the actual cube, we've got an audio source and we've got the track particles. So when we've got that, you need to make sure that you set the particle limiter and what you want to reset it to. But then you also add the amount of elements, which will be your particles, in this case flames, and embers that are had, which are specific particle emitters that you're going to use for any particular effect. And then in this example, there's various different examples for changing the scale, which you can use, which you can then rotate and affect other specific scales or otherwise. And again, this is built up with, you can see on the cube, we have the scale changer and the scale rewind, which specifically comes with examples for this. And then we have another example, which is more of a classic example. You can see here with this Triceratops, which is currently laying down. You can call it to rise up to play whichever particular animation. And if I hold the spacebar, it will reverse based on what specific animation that it just played. And if we let go, it'll do it again. We could change the animation to a raw, and then we can hold the spacebar to go backwards if you were to use that in very particular gameplay. And the example on here is the clock key press, and this uses the rewind by key press, and it uses a rewind manager to control that, and you can have the rewind intensity to how quickly that happens and what the actual audio source of the rewound kind of sound would be. So it's got some really great inbuilt examples, and you can see the bunch of custom scripts for the managers, the implementations for different timers, scales or generics, and then the ability to rewind on a slider or on a key press with various different examples to show you how to get this integrated into your own project. So be sure to check out this on GitHub, and be sure to let CitronX know if you have any issues or anything like that, so he can make his asset even better. So be sure to check out all the links in the description for all the best sales, savings and everything across game dev for this month. And be sure to check out my Patreon to get access to over 165 different scripts, assets and projects you cannot find anywhere else. Do come and check out my great assets on the Unity store and on my website for big massive savings. Big thank you to all my patrons including Peter Signer, Raheem Whitaker, Gene Pomney, Manus Barakas, Terence Conrad, Walter Dunson, Rennie Leisure, Topher Chambers, Alyssa Faden, Daniel Gettershank, Ishikawa Takuya, Ron J, Hush, Thomas Merceleski, Callum Murray, Mark Rondu, A Beast Gaming, Marvin Church, Osame Abdul, Hoglan Naigan, Napakun, Josh Huang, Yaxis, GameOver122, Kermits, and Thomas Lopez. Thank you to everybody else who comes to watch the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Cheers.